Hey guys, welcome in. Today is day 18 of 30 Days of Perfection. We have followed a perfect diet. We have lifted weights. We have done cardio 6 days a week. We've done cardio 6 days a week for 65 minutes. Sorry guys, trying to get everything moved just right and I can't figure it out. There we go, maybe. There we go. I still don't like that spot, but we'll just keep going until we get it just right. Maybe that's it. Oh, anyways, let's start over. We were just hopping on the treadmill. Today's actually our day off, so we're gonna get in here, get some cardio done. Not gonna lift any weights today. Today is day 18 of 35 days of, or 30 days of perfection, where we follow a perfect diet, eat the same thing every day. We do cardio 6 days a week for 65 minutes, and we lift weights 5 days a week, heavy. So far, we've lost 18.4 pounds since January 1st. I've lost a total of a little over 84.5 pounds since the beginning of this journey. I've packed on a bunch of muscle. I feel better, I look better, I feel healthier, I'm more confident, slightly more cocky, only slightly, and we're out here trying to help motivate others to see that you can do the same thing without taking a GLP injection, without taking some kind of pill or extra ridiculousness. So you replace dedication or motivation with dedication, and you just start showing up every single day, your life will change forever. So we're gonna do a nice, easy 65 minutes of cardio today, right around 4.3 miles. I'll be excited to go upstairs and eat because I've only had my protein shake this morning and then my first meal of rice, chicken, and broccoli. So I've only had right around like 900 calories today. And I think, what is it, like 405, something like that. So, what up, Miss Brittany? How are you doing today? Thanks for those likes, guys. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can get, I think we got up to like 70, 75 likes yesterday. So hopefully we can get above 50 because we'll only stream for probably a little over an hour by the time we're done with cardio. So, but how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing on this beautiful Sunday? I was happy I weighed myself this morning. I was down to 218.4. So I was down another, what is that, 0.2 pounds than I was from the day before. So every time I weigh myself and I weigh less, even if it's even just the smallest amount, it feels good. Because the amount of work I put in day after day, you know, lifting weights for 2+ hours a day, or working out for 2+ hours a day and doing all this other stuff. What up, Mark? How are you doing today, man? Today's a great day. I went to work on a Sunday, grinding it out, making money. Now it's time to look better and feel better. So, I'm gonna hammer out this cardio. Hopefully others can join for the ride. What up, Ryan? Ryan, we had this conversation yesterday, man. It's a weird question. Like, what's your obsession with it? Yes, I wear boxes, because if not, you get chafing while on the treadmill. But guys, we got 9 of y'all beautiful folks in here. Double tap that screen, hit that like button. It doesn't cost any of y'all anything, and I would truly appreciate and love the support. So, double tap that screen. Hello, Light. How you doing, Light? Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you for those 2 people that hit that like button. I truly appreciate that. Hi, I'm new here and I subscribe. Well, welcome in. Is it Michaela? Or let me know what your name is. Sometimes it's hard because it's very small for me. Welcome in, Michaela. How are you doing today? Thank you guys for those likes. Appreciate that. All right, great. Thanks, Michaela. Also, head up after you hit that subscribe button. head up, there's another button that they'll tell you to hit the alert. So every time I go live or I post a video, you'll get that alert and it'll send it out to you. And I can continue being supportive and encourage people to make life-changing day by day. Because all we gotta do is just show up and be better than the person we were yesterday. How much weight have you lost, Tucker? Since January 1st, I've lost 18 pounds. Since the total journey, I've lost 84 pounds. So I was fat AF, gut hung out to here, like face was super pudgy. And so throughout this entire time, I've lost a little bit over 84.5 pounds. But since I started my 30 days up perfection, and I've locked in since January 1st, I've lost 18 pounds. If you go back and look at the short I posted on January 1st, I post a short basically every single morning, and I track my journey from what my body looks like to the scale. So every single day, both. So if you check on January 31st or January 1st, I was 236.8. This morning I was 218.4. You try to come in here every so often. Well, thanks, lady. RF, I truly appreciate and love that support. Thank you. Mark, yeah, I've put in a lot of work. A lot of work. I eat the same thing every single day for the last 18 days. I do roughly 25 miles of cardio a week. I'm just old school, grinding it out. I want to look great. I want to have that V-taper here. The only way you're going to ever get there is putting in work. Stop making excuses and just showing up every single day. Michaela, I'm doing great today. I worked in my second job at the hospital. I'm a social worker, so I work nights and weekends at my second job at the hospital. So I was at the hospital today screening people for crisis. Sorry guys, I missed several comments. Welcome in, Teresa. How are you doing today? Guys, I just need one of y'all beautiful folks to hit that like button. And I would truly appreciate it. Let's get to 10 likes in the first 10 minutes. That'd be great. And then hopefully we can get over 60 likes total for this live today. And once we get up to 15 likes, I'll give you guys a nice solid flex. And see if we can show the abs out a little bit while on the treadmill. We'll flex the biceps. Do a little show. How long have you been into fitness, Light RF? I've been really into fitness since I was probably 12, 13, so 20, 25 years now. But I've taken years off. I've done some years great. I just kind of ebbed and flowed, but about 25 years total. Need 3 more likes, guys. And do you shave your chest or are you naturally smooth? Nah, Billy, man, I grow out like a gorilla if I don't shave my chest. Like it's out here and it gets out of control. So I'm actually gonna shave my chest again after I do my cardio today. Definitely on HGH. Nah, man, if I was on HGH, I'd have to turn sideways to walk through a door. I can 100% guarantee that I am natural. I'm not on TRT, I'm not on GLPs, peptides, anything like that. All I do is eat healthy, stop making excuses, stop accusing people of using substances, and simply do better. All right, Mark, bye. Have a good one. Is it grippy? Absolutely. I just finished a tutorial video on a skill called elbow levers. Huh, what's that? I have no clue what that is. You were gonna say TRT? Nah, man. I actually had a company reach out to me a couple days ago and offered to me to be like, what do you call it? Not a sponsor, but offered to me to be like one of those people that basically sell stuff on their behalf of saying like, hey, I take this, and because I take this, I look like this. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm so anti-injection anything. Not only my sales rep, I guess, yeah. Like, I'm so afraid of needles that I would never do it. Then none of that, but like the big thing I'm always preaching is natural. So, absolutely natural. Sorry, guys, I missed several comments, so we put them in. This reminds me to have to go to the gym. Well, good. Game of cats. Get up, go to the gym, stop making excuses. Guys, we get two more likes, and I'll give you guys that nice flex show. See if I can show, the decent abs that I have, or fake abs. Looking good. Thanks, Simple. I appreciate that. Should I quit my job to get so I can breathe better at the nose? We've talked about this before, Biz. Like, you really got to do what's the best for you. Jiggle my abs. Well, that's weird. As natural as Liver King. Man, I love people that come in here and say things like that. You give me massive motivation to think that I'm on something, but I'm not. I promise you, I have no reason to lie to the people. It does not benefit me whatsoever. My husband wants to get in shape, but I like his dad bod. I baked lasagna and strawberry cake for him today. Well, living, that's not very nice of you, because again, if your man's trying to be on a journey, you should try to support him along his journey. Like, don't set him up for sabotage, whether it's an insecurity for you or you like something. Like, that's not really fair for him. Because the reality is, if you were trying to lose weight or you were trying to improve yourself and better your life, how would you feel if he sabotaged you purposely because you had a preference of or he had a preference of a certain way? Like, that's not cool at all, man. Like, not cool at all. Dude, you got saggy skin. Did you really let yourself go that far? Yep, finally, I did. I was up to 303 pounds, fat as fuck, ugly as shit, and I abused my body. I ate way too much fast food. I was drinking way too many energy drinks. I was drinking tons of coffee. I was working 16-hour days. I was working 80 hours a week, 30 days in a row, and just basically allowed myself to go, quit working out. I built a very successful business. I now own 13 rental units that we self-manage, but basically I let myself go by building up my business, and my body paid for it. So now we're back, trying to get back into shape and to lock in. And so since then, I have lost 84 pounds total. Since January 1st, I've lost 18 pounds. So, I mean, once you make a mistake and you fuck up, like, all you can do is unfuck the fuck up. Like, excuse my language, guys. And that's where we're at, is undoing the mess that I made. And so I will continue grinding out. I'll see what my skin looks like here in a little bit once I get down to like 10 to 12% body fat. And if I have to consider surgery to remove it, then we'll do that. Well, I'm proud of you. Thanks, Light. RF, I truly appreciate that. That was nice. Biz, I appreciate that. That was nice. Inside, that was nice. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. We got to that 15 likes, so we'll get a little bit of a flex here. You know, I feel like the right bicep looks decent, especially for someone who's 6'3". The left bicep, not quite as good. You know, got jacked up by the dog there. And then the abs are starting to come together. Like, I'm starting to feel like I have a decent like 4-pack up here. And then once I lose another 10 to 15 pounds, sorry guys, I gotta mute this guy. He's pissing me off. So, hold on a second. I'm all for saying funny stuff, but just enough is enough of the bullshit. I think you use Easy Bar. So sometimes I do, like I'll use the Easy Bar. I use dumbbells. I actually like to do straight bar, but for a while I had really bad bicep tendonitis in my left arm, and I could only use the Easy Bar, and I wasn't able to use the Easy Bar because of basically the way it felt in the biceps. So I had to stop using the straight bar for almost 6 months, and I was icing my both biceps, every single night. It was ridiculous. Man motivates for all, man. Inside, and that's why I started live streaming again, and that's why I started posting videos. I had so many people reach out to me and say, hey, like people I worked with, people I went to high school with, and say, hey, we see your motivation, we see the weight you've lost, we see the progress you made, like keep posting it because it motivates me. And I was like, huh, that's kind of like weird. Never really thought of it that way. But after I keep getting, 5, 6 messages from different people saying the same thing. I'm like, maybe I'm onto something here. Maybe I can continue to motivate people and to encourage people to do better. So that's what I started doing. Hey, welcome in. I think it's Francesca. Welcome in. Hey guys, we need 1 like from y'all beautiful folks to get to 20 likes for this live. I would truly, truly appreciate that. Head up and hit that subscribe button. We are inching closer to 3,500 subscribers to this channel. I would love to get there today. You look good. Thanks. I appreciate that. You look good for an old man. Thanks, happy boy. I'm getting old. I'll be 40 this year. So, they say the older you get, the wiser you get. I don't know necessarily if that's true, but I'm trying. I definitely want to be the hot dad, when you show up to the pool with the kids, you go to a swimming park or something like that, be the hot dad walking up. I want to be the hot dad mowing the lawn. That's the key. I got tired of being fat and ugly. How much weight did I lose? I've lost a total of 84 and a half pounds since the very beginning. When I started at my 30 days of perfection on January 1st, I've lost 18 pounds. So I'm locked in for 30 days of no cheat meals, no cheeseburgers, no pop, No junk food, none of that extra crap. Doing my cardio 6 days a week, lifting weights. I know I keep repeating myself, guys, but I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to continuously to eat the same stuff every day and to do 4 miles of cardio almost every single day and to lift weights and have your body sore every single day. It's not like when you're in your 20s where your body recovers faster, but for me, I show up because it's on the schedule. This is why dedication is way more important than motivation. I just want to be the kid who walks into the pool and just does calisthenics. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what, yep, exactly. It's just assert your dominance by being absolutely shredded. I got ER buds. I'm not sure what that means, Dylan. Today's your birthday? Well, funny videos, happy birthday. Hopefully you had a good one. Hopefully you got some cool presents, got to sleep in, maybe had a donut for breakfast. I've been really craving donuts lately, but closest thing I get to anything that's sweet is an apple. Maybe some strawberries at bedtime or before bed. Fun fact, in the summer, 2 months after I started my fitness, I was doing push-ups and Nice. So for me, myself, I just come April, I want to be shredded with a full-on six-pack and like have the V-taper. So that's what I'm really pushing towards, is my ultimate goal, to get there by summer and, you know, have the rest of this fat gone. You don't do metabolics, do you? Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what metabolics is, so I'm going to say no. The only supplements I take right now, hey B Bracelet, what's up? How's it going? The only supplements I take right now is C4 pre-workout and Synthetix double scoop. I do 2 scoops of chocolate protein every morning for a meal replacement. You look good for 55. Damn, Grizzly Bear, bruh. That was a dick move. Like, I know I'm old, but I ain't 55 old. You started May? Nice, good. What do I drive? What do I drive? I drive a 2025 Chevy something small. So as a social worker, I drive my own car in the community and I get paid only 55 cents to the mile. So I drive small vehicles so I get better gas mileage because of me driving for work. Don't do roids, bro. Live twice as long. Also, that C4 is garbage for your body. That's all right. I don't do roids, man. Thought about it. Always wanted to try them. Never done roids, TRT, or anything injectable. I don't even take any oral things. So, you look young for an old head. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Metabolic steroids. Nah, man. I've never taken steroids. I love that I always get accused of steroids. Makes me feel good about myself. Makes me feel like I must be doing something right here. That I get accused of that quite often. But no, this is all natural. Basically, I burn 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, and I eat roughly 2,000 calories a day. And it's that simple. All you have to do is eat less than you burn, and you will lose weight. All abs and looking shredded is done in the kitchen, not in the weight room. Finally, someone out here without diabetes. Thanks, Franklin. I appreciate that. I'm out here just trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. Sometimes it's really just that simple. On Friday, I'm going. Nice. Keep it up. I think tomorrow when I bench press, I'm going to try to bench 315 for a set of 4. That's going to be the goal tomorrow. Even TRT is tough on your heart. Don't let people convince you that it's normal or safe. Well, that's why I don't take anything, man. I don't need to. I fully believe most of us can do it. But all too often we're fat, we're lazy. We want to make shortcuts to make things easier, so we make injectables and we take lipid enzyme, or we take GLPs and we do all this other shit because we actually don't want to put in the work. So we cheat our way to the top, and then we lie about cheating because that makes us feel good about ourselves because we look good, but then we also hate ourselves because we know that we're cheating, but then we claim that we're natural. So it's a whole cycle, and I'm not about that life. How old are you? You look very healthy. And how often do you work out? AKG, I'm 39, I'll be 40 here in April. I work out 6 days a week. 5 of my workouts normally consist of 2 to 2.5 hours And that's simply because I lift weights for an hour, and then I do cardio for an hour and 5 minutes. And then if I do abs, usually my ab workout, which I only do twice a week, usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes just to do abs. Not a big fan of doing abs because all real abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym. So, but you want to work them out every so often to kind of strengthen them. And then your wife, what does she say? What does she say any difference? Rich, my wife is a huge difference. Like when I was fat, she couldn't put her arms around me. Like now she can like fully put her arms around me. And so it's a major difference. Major difference. I also bench tomorrow. Can't do 315. Do I something foot mobility? Sorry, I missed that comment. W speech. I made 2 more videos. Nice, Dylan. Keep it up. Keep kicking ass. I fast a minimum of 18 hours a day. I need to incorporate more than 2,000 calories and burn a minimum of 3,000 to 4,000 to see how it works. I take no supplements. Well, but again, if you're going to increase how many calories you're burning, you definitely need to increase. I wouldn't necessarily fast for that long of a duration. I definitely eat more and spread it out. Rich, congratulations, Bo. You got this. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate that. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, head up, smash that subscribe button, show some love. I would truly appreciate that. Well, you're cute. Thanks. I appreciate that. People tell me I have a nice smile too, and then I've also been told the last few days that I look like Ben Affleck, which I Googled it. I'm like, okay, I kind of do. I think it's the beard, but I feel like nowadays I'm in better shape than Ben Affleck. You know, but I'm sure Ben doesn't have all the extra skin like I did because I got fat. She loves you more because you're acting more like a man. Not as much physical change, but the mental confidence. Well, I'll be honest, I never lost the mental confidence because I gained the weight simply because I built a massive business. So I increased my net worth from 200K to just shy of $1 million in 3 years. So I never lost the confidence. I just got fat as fuck. So I changed what my goal and energy was put into. So instead of focusing on physical fitness, I focused on my business. I was working 7 days a week, 15, 16 days, in a row, 30 days in a row. I was working literally 5 different jobs, made massive amount of money, but I got fat. So it was what it was, but I never lost my confidence. I've always been confident on the verge of cocky. How much did you weigh before, and how long did it take for you to lose it, and where are you now? So I was 303 at my highest. I started probably a year ago in last November, so it's been about 14, 15 months now. I'm 218.4 this morning, so I've lost 84 pounds. And yeah, I was an extra large, 2 extra large shirt, 2 extra large sweatshirt, 42 pants, and now my pants are down to a 34. I'm down to a large sweatshirt. Even like the 34 pants are now big, probably closer to like a 32. I've had to buy a completely new wardrobe. Everything has completely changed. Literally great for your personal progress, but you're a douchebag that inner works, not just the outside. Quit judging people and talking shit that doesn't make you any better than anybody. Andy, what are you talking about, buddy? Do you need a hug? Who have I talked shit about? See, this is the people that come in here. Anytime you challenge people's thought process, you're automatically a douche. Like if I tell people that you're lazy and you're sitting on the couch and you need to get up and do better, I'm somehow an ass. Like, don't be lazy, bro. I'm just gonna be 100. Like, so I'm not sure what I did to offend you, but I would love to have a productive conversation. Or if you're talking about me judging people who are on steroids or TRT as it's cheating, it is cheating, bro. Why do you think people that were doing steroids back in the day in baseball hit the ball farther? They played longer. They recovered from injuries better. Like, it was what it is. They got better contracts. Why did they take the roids? Because they played better and they made more money. Like, it just followed the line. I mean, look at Liver King as a perfect example. Took roids, got massive, created a massive following, made tons of money. Like, it is what it is. Like, don't be upset by it. I'm just not willing to make that sacrifice to kill myself early by taking these type of supplements. I don't judge anybody that does it. Good for you. But there's risk versus reward with every decision you make. Sorry, guys. I missed tons of comments. People need to lie, coddling, and more honesty to motivate. Sorry, I missed so many comments, guys. Ever do any fishing? Joke? Not really. My dad was big into fishing when I was younger, but him and I also do not have the best relationship either. So Are you a Trump fan? Man, get out of here with that politics bullshit. Like, we don't talk politics here, we don't talk religion. All too often, like, if I say yes, I offend half the people. If I say no, I offend the other half of the people. So in here we focus on leveling up, which talking politics does not help anybody level up because everybody gets in their feels. You're comfortable giving your opinions so loosely in today's political climate is an issue. Read the room. Andy, here's the room. Get bent, bro. Thanks, Tech. Appreciate it. I live in Michigan, for those that were asking. Hey, Mikey, welcome back. I think you were in here a couple days ago. Welcome in. Hello, welcome in from Brazil. Nathan, how you doing today? Guys, double tap that screen. Keep tapping that screen. We are 3 likes away from 30 likes for the live. I would love to get there in the next few minutes. We are 26 minutes on this treadmill, 1.7 miles, with another 30, what do we got? Another 40 minutes to go. Survivor, you're only 8. Well, welcome in. Nothing wrong with testosterone replacement therapy. Supplements can only be as much as actually very little. And that's fine. If you're on TAT because you need it, because you have low test, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, a lot of people that are on supplements out there simply because they want to cheat the system. They want to get better. I had tons of friends growing up that were all roided up. Looked great. But again, they took something that made them feel better. And again, I ain't judging those people that do it. It's not something I'm willing to do to sacrifice my health. If you guys look at the bodybuilding community anymore, and I'm talking like the real famous ones, people are dying 30, 40, 50s because of heart issues because of the supplements they're taking. And it's starting to get really sad. Flex. Welcome in, Emmett. Guys, we need 1 like to get us 30 likes for this live. So smash that button. I would truly, truly appreciate it. Whew. Got cold down here. Thank you for whoever hit that 30th like. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys have been truly supportive. Love it. Andy, I still haven't really figured out why you're mad, bro. I remember Brandon said he's right. Why would you be sorry for caring about somebody else? Exactly, Light. How do you get a nice chest like that? So for me, I lift heavy, so I like to do heavy sets of 4 for flat bench. So whatever your is, I pyramid up. So like I'll do like 175 or 275, 385, 395, and then usually like 315, 305 for sets of 4. And then I go over to my next exercise, whatever it is. I always try to do 12 sets of press exercises, usually 3 different equipments, and then I move to flies. So chest days, I always try to do 12 sets. Something, workout abs. I was 37, now I'm 220, and I struggle with loose skin on my stomach. I do over 100 sit-ups a day. So again, with the loose skin, you got kind of 2 choices. Like you're gonna have to like eventually either have surgery, or I've done some research, and basically if you keep the weight off for roughly 2 years, then the skin will start to absorb back into itself. There's a lot of difference between TRT and roids. Every health risk for TRT has statistically been debunked. The only thing that happens, well, but again, for TRT, if you're taking it, say your body produces it naturally and you don't need it. If you start taking too much of it, then the body starts naturally producing it, and you'll have to be on it for forever. And then if you stop taking it, what'll happen is, because your body's not naturally producing testosterone, the body in males also produces estrogen, and then now you're gonna have a surplus of estrogen and not enough testosterone, and you will literally start to grow man boobs. How much weight have I lost? I've lost 84 pounds total and 18 since the first of this month. So 84 total in about 14, 15 months, but 18 since I locked in for my 30 days of perfection. Don't need crunches for ab. Nope, Uncle's 100% right. All real abs are done in the weight room. Or I'm sorry, all real abs are done in the kitchen. So the more you lose, the less fat you have in the body, more your abs are gonna show up. What are some of your goals for the next decade of your life? Logic, my goals for this year, I have 3 goals that I'm specifically working on. I want to have a body fat percentage of 10 to 12%. If I had to guess right now, I'm probably 13 to 16%, 13 to 15% right now. I want to have a net worth of $1 million by the end of this year. I'm pretty close to that right now. And then I want to read 1 book per month. So those are my goals for this year. My long-term goals, I want to be retired by the age of 45. I'll be 40 here in April. I started investing into real estate several years ago. I currently own 13 units. I'm on pace to retire at 45. I already told my wife, who's 35, that she could retire last month if she wants to. So we already make enough between my income and our real estate business to where my wife could retire and just focus on staying home and taking care of the kids. How old am I? I'm 39, or no, that's not how tall am I? I'm 6'3". I lost 70 pounds last year. Want to lose another 30 by May. Awesome, positive, that's great, man. That's kind of how it was for me. Like I've lost 83, or I lost, what was it? I think last year I had lost right around like 75, and I wanted to lose another 20. So I want to get down to like 205. Sorry, someone's comments again, put them in. You're doing great. I believe in you. Good luck. Thanks. Appreciate that. Welcome in, Tyler. How much money does 13 units make a month? Uncle Charlie, it kind of all just depends. Like, you talking total income, or I think we cash flow anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 a month right now on the units that I have. Emmett says sexy. Thanks, Emmett. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Thanks, Potter. I do. I've been locked in. Since the 18th, I've done cardio 6 days a week. So we're 18 days in, so 21. So what have I done? Like 6, 12, like 14 or 15 days of cardio at 65 minutes each. And then I lift weights 5 days a week, and I follow a perfect diet. So I eat the same thing every single day. I do 2 scoops of Synthesix double chocolate protein as a breakfast. And I drink black coffee in the morning. And then I do 1 cup white rice, 1 cup broccoli, 1 cup chicken. I usually eat that around 1. Then I eat that meal again around 4:30. And then before bed, usually around like 9:30, 10, I eat 4 whole eggs, 2 egg whites, some form of a fruit, and 1 full cup of non-fat cottage cheese. So it equals out to right around 19 to 2100 calories. And what did I say, 19 to 2100 calories, right around 200 grams of protein. So I'm able to still maintain my size, put on a little bit of muscle, get stronger while still losing the weight. So my biggest fear is doing all this extra work to lose the weight, but also losing the muscle I've spent the last 20 years to build. So trying to do a combination of both. That's why you guys see me in here doing like a walking cardio at like a 4-point speed versus running, because once you run, you start to burn muscle, which is what I don't want to do. Chad says, keep it up. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate that. You got this, says Emmett. Thanks. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that love and support. Thank you so much for all that. Guys, double tap that screen, hit that like button, and then head up and hit that subscribe. Please continue showing that love and support. After the live yesterday, guys, I had so many new comments on the shorts yesterday and today. I absolutely love being able to respond to each individual comment, to everybody that's supportive. I love giving advice, love being able to give back. So I truly, truly do appreciate all of that. It really goes a long ways. And then yesterday, I think in the last couple days, we've got like 700-800 worth of like the gems in there, which is pretty cool. Like, it is pretty cool, and it's super motivating. Yahoo! How long have you been doing this? Mark, I've been lifting weights on and off for 20 years, but since I really locked in, it's probably been about 15 months. And on average, I lose 2 to 3 pounds a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes none. Just kind of all just depends. Killing it. Have you ever looked into anabolic cookbooks for Coach Greg sells? I pulled a dozen recipes out of it. It helped me really with my weight loss. So for me, I'll be honest with you, I eat the same thing every day. I joke that I'm probably slightly autistic, like to where like I have 0 problems eating the same thing every single day. And half the time I eat my food cold, because as a social worker, I spend most of my days in the community. So I'll eat cold white rice, cold chicken, and cold broccoli. It is what it is. And so I eat all my stuff like just in my car cold. And my wife does a lot of my meal prepping for me. So like on Sundays, she'll make food for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday-ish. And then like Wednesday, Thursday, she'll cook for the next 3 days. So I don't have to think about what I'm gonna eat every day. I reach in the fridge, I grab 2 meals, I put them in my lunch pail, I throw like one of those blocks of ice, things on top of it, keeps it cold, and I go out and grind. I don't have to think about it. So by not having to think about what I'm gonna work out, and not have to think about what I'm gonna eat, it leaves so much more mental capacity for me to do other things. How much time do you walk in a week? Well, I do 65 minutes, 6 days a week. So I do 6 hours and 30 minutes. So 6 hours and 30 minutes worth of cardio. Mark says, great job, thanks, I appreciate that. How can I build muscle? I lost 60 pounds fast, but I have a lot of loose skin. So the thing that you would need to do is, you want to do sets of 12 of all your exercises. So you need to start lifting weights. I don't care if you're male or female, it's incredibly hard to put on muscle. You need to start lifting weights, and you need to go to the gym anywhere between 4 to 5 times a week. Make sure you do chest, biceps, triceps, shoulders, traps, lift your back, and then most importantly, don't skip leg day, because the leg day is the biggest building block that you have. Once you do that, you'll start putting on size. While doing that, you need to make sure you're consuming at least 1 gram of protein per gram of body weight that you weigh. So if you weigh 200 pounds, eat 200 grams of protein. You'll start putting on size and then spread that protein throughout the day. So for me, I spread it out throughout 4 meals. If you can spread it out to 6 meals, it's even better because you stay in like a protein synthesis throughout the day, which is way better. I promise you that this cutting out the rice and cottage cheese and eating beef, you'll be fuller longer and lose weight. Unc, I don't need to, man. What I'm doing is currently working. Like, I'm currently working. I love what I'm doing. I'm happy. I'm healthy. And I'm continue to get shredded. Like, everybody has a different way of doing it. Nobody's way is necessarily right. Hi, Bear Daddy. What up, baby girl? Ooh, I didn't say that. That was a reaction from a show I used to watch. How old am I? I am 39. I will be 40 here in April. Nah, man. Broccoli is a good way to scrape out your insides, and it's high in fiber. Keeps you full longer. Very impressive. Most people wouldn't have that willpower to eat the same thing every day. Yep, and I do. Like for me, it's just easy that way, and it's all pre-measured out. So, and I eat roughly the same thing, the same times every day. YouTube, Dr. Kenny Berry, Anthony Schaefer. Okay. I'll have to take a look into it. But to be honest with you, I'm not going to remember that, so comment on one of the videos, and then I'll take a look at it later. I get so much, I forget as I'm streaming. So many people tell me to look into things, and it's impossible for me to do it. And obviously I can't write it down because I'm on the treadmill. I agree that there's such a personal need of what works for them. And that's for me. Like not only that, but the carnivore diet and stuff like that, it's hell of expensive. Like who wants to spend, $500-600 a week on food? I know I sure don't. I got a wife and 2 kids to support and a business to run. The less money I spend, the more money I have to continue investing. The more that I invest, the earlier I can retire. Like the purpose of money is to make more money, not to spend it. So I get eggs for free because my sister-in-law has chickens for the most part. And I'm not going to go out and spend millions of dollars on steaks every week to be on some kind of carnivore diet. Like it's not something I'm willing to do. And it's funny, like people are like on these diets are such a fad, and they so strongly try to push it onto others. And it's like, man, like if it works for you, great, man. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. But like if someone's doing something, like if you go into someone's stream and they're like, hey, man, I've lost 85 pounds in this duration, you'd be like, damn, man, what you're doing is working. Keep it up. Instead of trying to tell them to change, it just doesn't make any sense. That's like if someone's out there making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, selling balloons, and others are like, that's stupid. Why are you selling balloons? Like you should be selling cars. Well, now my man's got no experience selling cars. Now he's broke. He went from making hundreds of thousands to broke. What do you think is better for losing weight, walking or jogging? Chaz, it depends on what your ultimate goal is. Like if your ultimate goal is just to lose weight, then I would say jogging. If you're wondering or trying to keep your size up, not lose any muscle, then I would encourage doing like a faster walking cardio. The key for fat loss is to have your heart rate right between 125 and 135. So if you're on a treadmill, check your heart rate all of a sudden. And yeah, you need Joe Rogan money, right, to run that kind of stuff. Guys, we are 2 likes away from 40 likes for this live. If you haven't done so already, double tap that screen, hit that like button. We are 2 likes away from 40. How many times you eat in a day? Tucker, I eat 4 times a day. So each meal is about 400 to 500 calories for a total of 1,900 to 2,100 calories, depending on what fruit I have for the night and like the exact measurements of like my rice, which is always a little bit off because I use a measuring cup, but I'm not gonna like scrape it off or anything like that. So 2,100 to 1,900 calories per day. What up, Emmett? How you get jacked? Ben Affleck? Well, I decided that I was tired of being fat and I started hopping on the treadmill. I started eating healthy. I stopped drinking pop, energy drinks, Gatorade, stopped going to McDonald's, and I made a lot of life changes. And now I work out 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I look completely different now. My self-confidence is up there. I feel better about myself, and I get a little bit stronger every single day. Guys, it is cold as shit down here. Like my hands are like frozen right now. If I had to guess, it's probably 50 degrees in my basement. I appreciate the accurate information. You're clearly knowledgeable. Well, at one point I was a certified personal trainer through ISSA, and I gave up my personal training because it was eerily similar to that in social work. You're begging people to do better. You want people to eat better. You want people to start taking care of themselves. But the reality of it is they don't really want it for themselves. So they don't actually get better. They stay the same consistently because to put into work and to put in change, it's hard. Like, it's scary. Like, anytime we want to make a change in life, it is incredibly hard. It's incredibly scary. So we don't. We stay stagnant. It's the same reason people work the same job for 10, 15 years that they hate, that they're underpaid because they're afraid of change. They're afraid of, what if I go here and it's worse? And so they just stay all too often. So instead of challenging themselves to do better, we just stay in our comfort zone. The best saying I can ever tell you guys is, when we get comfortable being uncomfortable, that is when all real change is made. When your normal is feeling uncomfortable, that's when you know you're making progress. That's when you know you're doing something different. Because all too often we want what everybody else has, but we're not willing to do what that person's willing to do to get it. Like, are you willing to eat the same thing every day? Probably not. Are you willing to not go out to friends, or when you do go out to friends, sit there just sipping a diet soda, or they're all eating chips and salsa and cheeseburgers and queso and whatever? Are you willing to do those things? Are you willing to not go out with your friends on a Saturday because you got a second job because you needed to make more money because you want to start investing into a coin collection or a chicken farm or whatever it is? So all too often we're not willing to make that sacrifice. Absolutely true. Once you step out, you'll realize it's not scary. 100%. You think I'm cold? Dude, I could poke somebody's eye out through the camera at this point. Whew. All too often we make excuses. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to do better. I don't have time to... Well, you had time to watch 16 episodes of Stranger Things over the weekend. You had time to doom scroll your phone. You had time to go get drinks with your buddy. But I don't have time to work out. No, you got time, you just don't want to. How much weight have you lost? I've lost 84 pounds total. So I was 303 at my heaviest. I'm down to 218.4 right now. In the last month when I've locked in, I've lost 18 pounds since January 1st. Do you make videos or just live? So I make some shorts. I've been starting to cut some of my lives into shorts, but one of the things I've been doing is following or tracking my 30 days of perfection. So every day I take a video of what I look like in the mirror, and then I take a video of the scale of how much I weigh, just to show when you lock in how much the human body can change in 30 days. Just 30 days of just locking in, of no cheat meals and just diet and exercise and taking things serious. You're a good person. Wish you the best. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Chaz. Appreciate that. So guys, again, if you ever see any of my shorts, just comment on them. Give it a quality like. Show some love. I would truly, truly appreciate it. Whew. My hands are frozen right now. And one of the things is when you're on the treadmill, guys, unless you're like super unsteady, then hold on, but never hold on to the arms. Get your arms moving. The more you move your body, the more calories you're gonna burn. So that's why you'll see me while I'm on the treadmill, like my arms are just constantly pumping because again, the more I'm moving, the more calories I'm gonna burn. So if I just go right here, I'm burning less calories now. I'm 6'3", was 343 at my heaviest. Now I'm down to 268, so I got a ways to go, but I try to walk 4 to 6 miles every day and weight train. Bebop, that's awesome, man. That's exactly it. You've cracked the code of losing weight and feeling better. Let me ask you, do you feel more confident? Do you like yourself more? I bet you do. I bet you when you get out of bed in the morning, your body hurts less. I bet you it's easier to go to work. Your clothes fit. You bought new clothes. Maybe it's easier to buy clothes now because you don't have to, buy these massively large shirts and stuff that they don't make everywhere because it's not a normal size shirt. Bet you feel amazing. Keep going, player. Thanks, big dog. Appreciate that. Emmett, thank you for that support. I appreciate that. Again, guys, we're up to 40 likes so far. So if you haven't done so already, continue smashing that like button. I truly appreciate it. Then head up and tickle that subscribe button. Curious, if anybody wants to log out and come back in, tell me how many subscribers does it say right now. Curious to see how many we gained during this live. Lala says, you're so fine. Aw, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's the smile and the nice chest, I swear. Do you burn more calories shirtless? Super Slave? Probably not, but I'll be honest with you, I hate wearing a shirt, so if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Like, I do not like to wear a shirt at all. I've been like that my entire life. I'm the guy that I'll walk a strip and lose my shirt. It just kind of happens. Like, I do not like to wear a shirt. And even when I'm home working out, I don't wear shoes when I work out at home. I wear just socks and shorts. So, the less the better. Best workout for dumbbells, chest? Well, I mean, obviously for chest, if you're using dumbbells, you do your flat press, do incline press, and then do your flies. Well, your muscular suit. Sorry, Lala, I'm not understanding what your last comment is, so I'll say it again. And I missed a couple other comments, so if you guys would put them in the chat, sorry. When they start flying in all at once, I missed so many things. My hands are frozen right now, guys. Whew. All right, we are 48 minutes. Oh, we are at 41 likes. Thanks, guys. We are 48 minutes into cardio. We're at 3.1 miles right now, which means we've got, what is that? 12, we got 17 minutes left to go. Might get some sun. Man, I thought about it. So I have a membership at Planet Fitness. I tanned once or twice. And then I had a friend kind of tell me, like, tanning's terrible for you. You're going to look old. Your skin's going to get wrinkly and crusty. And I was like, I'm good on the tanning, right? When it gets nice out here in Michigan and the sun starts coming out, I'll go outside and get a tan naturally, but I'm not going to go and fake and bake. Like, I decided against it. Nice, Craig, having some tuna pasta. You're so muscular, your chest is low-key fire. Thanks, Lala. I appreciate that. I've always had a pretty decent chest, but I've also worked out very hard. When I weighed a little bit more, my max bench was 395 raw with no. I'll wear some like wrist straps to help protect my wrist so I don't get hurt, but 395 was my heaviest for bench press. If I had to guess right now, like my 1 rep max is probably like 365, somewhere in that range if I had to guess. Tuna pasta, actually Craig, that sounds pretty good. I think once I go back to not hardcore dieting, I'm gonna eat more like tuna fish sandwiches, tuna melts, and things like that, tuna wraps. I like that kind of stuff. Michigan winters are colder than, yes, 100%. Michigan winters are. I think it's like 19 degrees today. Do you have a tradition? No. There's a red light thing there, Bebop, but I'm not sure what it really does. There's a red light machine, but I'm not sure. Is it ideal to train in cooler environment to keep you from heating? It doesn't really matter. Like if you're training, I see people train outside when it's cooler out. Just put a sweatshirt on, put some pants on, live your best life. Get over it. Well, that's weird, Johnny. If you need attention, Johnny, we can give it to you, man. Over here, coming in here. You need attention. Living in your mom's basement. Did she warm up your Hot Pocket for you? Did she charge your Game Boy? Make sure your Game Boy batteries are charged. You don't want to die in the middle of your Super Mario run, because that would suck. So, and then she probably has your coloring books and your crayons set aside, because you'll need to eat those later when you get hungry. So hopefully I gave you the attention you came for. Why don't you make bread? Why don't you make your beard? Nah, man, I'm not going to color my beard. Like, it ain't that deep for me. Like, being a social worker is a struggle. Working a bunch of hours is a struggle. Like, it is what it is. Do you like, or do the lakes freeze in Michigan? Yeah, for the most part, if it gets cold off, they will freeze over us at a lot of points. 10 windshield here in Chicago. Damn, it has been cold. Give me attention, Papa. Well, usually the people that get the most attention are the people that come in here being assholes. So, but I could try to be nice to everybody else. Amount of people. Well, and guys, if you don't even know this, you can change your settings for like what messages show up. Like you could change it to like important messages. You could change it up to all messages. So I have mine set to all messages. So I get all of the trolls and all the things that everybody says. And so my thing is, you want to come in here, you want some attention, I will give it to you. Like, we will do that. And then I'm going to hurt your feelings. I never claimed not to be an asshole. But I'm going to hurt your feelings. You're going to leave. It is what it is. But if you come in here with positive vibes, I'm going to help support you to achieve your goals, because like that's what we're all about here in this community, is uplifting others to encourage them to do better. Did it snow there? Brittany, it hasn't snowed today. Actually, it is snowing today. We got a couple inches of snow today, but I only really count snow when it starts to affect my drive, which is like 4 to 6 inches. So it snows all the time. I just don't count it unless it affects my drive time. What kind of social worker do you do? So I do a lot. I'm a senior case manager, so I was part of the leadership team at my agency. And then, so I work in general adult case management, and then I work in a program called ACT, stands for Assertive Community Treatment, which is the highest acuity. Basically, that's the last program before you end up like stay hospitalized or like an AFC setting. So I do that. I have full-time caseloads in both programs, so I'm basically doing 2 full-time jobs. And then I work nights and weekends at our local hospital, and I screen people to determine if they go inpatient for crisis, like to a psychiatric facility, or like if they just need some kind of resources, or maybe they just need some support in the moment. I can link them up with resources. So it just kind of all depends for that one. I'm about to do a salad. Salad sounds good, actually. I love a good salad. With great beard comes great responsibility. Absolutely, Super Slayer. That's why I got the beard oil, got specific shampoo and conditioner. You gotta have the brush, the whole thing. Like, you gotta take care of it. Actually, I gotta trim it up today to reach its max potential. Cut out the fruit and cheese. I don't eat any cheese, but I do eat fruit, and that's my candy for dinner. I'm not cutting it out. How did you start walking on the treadmill? Were you overweight at some point? You are encouraging, thank you. So, Ivan, I was 303 pounds. I was extremely overweight. I was miserable. I hate myself. I went down a water slide that had a weight limit of 280. I ended up hurting myself on it because I was 303. And at a certain point, I decided I didn't want to be fat anymore. So I just started going. So on a treadmill, pick a speed, 3.0, whatever, do 20 minutes. If that feels good, do 30 minutes. Just keep going. So start somewhere and just work your way up. Like, you don't have to be perfect day one, just start. How do you gain weight? You gain weight by eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches dipped in milk. So take Jif peanut butter, massive amount of peanut butter, 2 pieces of bread, take it, dip it in milk. It'll be about 50 grams of protein. It's tons of sugar, so it's technically really unhealthy, but if you're trying to gain weight, it doesn't really matter. You're dreamy. Thanks. Appreciate that. If you cut out cheese, you should cut out milk also. Oh, I guess I do cottage cheese if you're counting that as cheese. But cottage cheese is actually a casein protein, which is a slow digestive protein, which everybody should be eating before bedtime because it remains protein synthesis in your body throughout the night. How do you gain fast? Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. 100%. Like I said, The best way to gain weight is peanut butter and jelly. Tons of sugar, tons of protein, tons of fats. And none of that, but it's delicious. Who doesn't like peanut butter and jelly? Why you can't have fruit? I seen someone say cut it off. Because Brittany, a lot of people have this theory of like what you should and shouldn't do. And we can't put labels to everybody and tell everybody you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. You have to figure out what works for you because there's 97,000 different diets out there. And everyone's going to work different for every one person. So, but at the end of the day, there was a guy, a doctor out there that ate nothing but kid-sized candy bars and lost a bunch of weight. Because at the end of the day, it's kcal in versus kcal out. Like I had somebody yell at me last night of like, oh my gosh, you're eating your last meal at 12:30 at night and you're about to go to bed? What are you doing? That's terrible. Nah, man. Like, I'd only eaten like 1,400 calories up to that point. If I didn't eat that, I would have been in a hardcore negative. So, I ate my last food and I went to bed and I was at 1,900 calories, but I still had burned over 5,000 calories. And guess what? I lost almost a half a pound. You're out of breath. Rest a bit. I'm not out of breath. I have really bad allergies, so it's hard to talk through my mouth and breathe through my mouth at the same time. Big back. I am a big back. I mean, out here thicker than a Snickers. Hello, man. How are you doing? Zane, I'm doing good. How are you doing today? I'm Monica. I'm using my husband's phone. How do you start walking on the treadmill? Ivan, you just start. That's all it takes. You just have to start. Really, it's that simple. Get a treadmill, turn it on, and just start. It doesn't have to be perfect. The thing is, I just always recommend do a minimum of 20 minutes if you're going to be on the treadmill. I feel like anything less than 20 minutes is a waste of time. But as long as you get 20 minutes in, you'll start to see a huge difference. Welcome in, B-Move. How are you doing? Good. I quit smoking and drinking about a week ago. That's awesome, man. Think about all the calories that you wasted drinking. And I did the same thing with drinking pops and beers and shots and whatever else it is. When you remove liquid calories, you'd be surprised how many people consume 1,000 to 2,000 liquid calories of just nonsense per day. And I was one of them for a long time, but I cut that stuff out. You're so cheerful. I like it. Well, good, Lala. Appreciate that. Thanks, B-Boob. Is that a bottle, Ricky? Is that a bottle? Yeah, that's a bottle. Like, I mean, I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be, but either way, I found it funny. What up, Heather? How you doing? Monica from Baltimore thanks you. 20-minute start. Yep. Just start with 20 minutes and just go and then see how you feel it. So for me, when I started my cardio way back when, I was doing 40 minutes. And at a certain point, it wasn't working for me. So I increased it to 60 minutes. That wasn't working for me. So now I'm up to 65 minutes, 6 days a week. So I went from 40 minutes, 5 days a week to 65 minutes, 6 days a week. But guys, we got 17 of y'all beautiful folks in here. I need 1 like to get to 50 likes. So hit that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. I would truly, truly appreciate that. Whew. Thank you, whoever hit that like button. Whew. Thank you so much, TTS, for that gift. I truly appreciate you. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Positive says 50, thank you so much. I hit the dislike button. Well, Kenya, if you need attention, buddy, I'll give it to you. Tell me a little about you so I can give you the attention that you so badly need. I'm going to work out now. Okay, Zane, go get after it. That's awesome, man. Basic Evan. Am I basic? Oh, I want milk, like as in like, or are we talking like, protein? Sorry, I got distracted. I liked the video and then unliked it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry, my bad. You guys know I get so quick to get the trolls when they come in here. Sometimes some people catch some strays, and I apologize for that. That's a power bottom? Y'all off the chain. I do 100 push-ups. Good job, Zane. Welcome in, Jersey. Oh my goodness, I can't with that. I eat 100 grams of protein a day. Nice. So if you go up to the top, there should be a button up there that says subscribe. And if you hit that subscribe button, it'll show up right there. So guys, we just flew way up. We are up to 58 likes. So if you haven't done so already, keep double tapping that screen. I would love to get to 60. So it shows 58 on my end. I would love to get to 60 in the next 5 minutes. So keep smashing that like button. There you go. One more. Appreciate it. I just subscribed and liked. Thanks. I appreciate that, guys. You guys are truly awesome. We are building such a great... Wow, we're up to 62 all of a sudden. Crazy, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure we're hitting that subscribe button. After you hit the subscribe button, guys, don't forget to turn on the alert. So every time I go live, it'll give you that pop-up alert. Whenever I post a video, it'll pop up. Sometimes that's annoying. Just swipe those away if you don't want to comment on them. But definitely pop into the live every time you see. Say hi. Check the progress. Hopefully you guys will see a huge change in the next week or so as I continue to do my 30 days of perfection, perfect diet, perfect cardio, and perfect lifting weights. So in the next 30 days, well, I got 12, 13 days left. I really want to lock in and see what my body will look like at that point. Hit them likes unless you're weak. Yes, just kidding. Just yes, man, you really changed yourself. Thanks, Summit. I appreciate it. So all the people that haven't been in here for a while, like you guys can see the massive change I made in the last 14 months. I was essentially extremely overweight, fat, didn't like myself, and I have made a huge, huge stride since then. Put a shirt on, weirdo. Zach, do you need some attention, buddy? Are you got some self-confidence issues? Like, do you not like yourself? Bet you women probably don't like you either. Sorry, man. Do you need a hug? Bring it in. We can have a moment of silence for you. We can give you some man love. Maybe talk to a therapist. It's okay, bro. Once you learn to love you, other people will love you too. Oh my God, I know it tastes, it smells. Oh, Ricky, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. What up, Emmett? Welcome back. Hey, Panda, welcome back. How you doing today? Whew, guys. Fitness, man. This is Monica. Thanks, Monica. Appreciate that. Hopefully you start that cardio. You start to feel a little bit better about yourself. Then, Monica, if you have any questions about lifting weights, if that's something you get interested in, then definitely feel free to comment on some stuff, and I'd love to help support you along your journey. Yes, group hug. Everybody, group hug. Hug it out. Ah, my man needed attention. Was that Kevin? Kevin, did you get the attention you needed? Hopefully you did. These people will all love you. Me love you long time. Me love you long time. Oh man, if you can't laugh at life, then what the hell's the purpose? Y'all can't take shit too serious. Oh. How much you gonna walk? So I don't count my steps. I used to, but I have to hold my phone because I don't have one of those fancy watches. So I do 65 minutes at a 4-point speed. So it's 4.3 miles is what I just walk on the treadmill. When I was tracking my steps, I was averaging 14,000 to 16,000 steps every single day when I used to track my steps. So, but I don't do that right now. Don't hug the sweaty man. I bet 90% of the women in this group would hug me if I was sweaty, but that's okay. Hey, yeah. Well, and I used to be sweaty all the time when I was big and fat, but now that I'm smaller, I'm cold all the time now. It's weird. Do I like? See, Rippin', you gotta remember, man. I'm a millennial. We grew up with Seymour Butts and Amanda Hugging Kiss, and you know all those things like that. So you saying, do I like gay porn? Come on now, man. Try harder. Put some more effort in there. Jiminy Crickets. These damn young ass punk ass kids come in here and try to use jokes that we created. Thanks, Emmett. I appreciate that. I don't need a hug. I love my depressed self. Good job. Okay. You're older than me? Well, what are you doing trolling other people on the internet? Go get laid. Come on now. How long do I usually walk? I do 65 minutes, 6 days a week. I'm 72 and now I feel bad because I made fun of my elder. My bad, man. I apologize. Now I feel bad. My man's out here just living his best life. You continue you doing you and trolling younger people on the internet. You are winning at life. Hopefully I'm like you and I'm your age. So good for you, brother. Like, keep it up. That man's out here just causing chaos into his early 70s. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Oh. All right, here, guys. Hold on just a second. Guys, we are 5 likes away from 70 likes. I would love to get up to 70 likes before we end this live. I would truly, truly appreciate it. So continue tapping that screen. Here we go. So we just finished up our cardio. We did 65 minutes, 19 seconds, 4.3 miles. Obviously, the calories is completely made up because it doesn't know how much I weigh, doesn't know how tall I am, doesn't take into muscle mass or anything. So basically, your treadmill will basically just estimate calories burned. So don't read too much into calories burned anytime you guys are on a treadmill. So hold on, let me get caught up on that. Who's his wife? That's weird. Walk and enjoy. Yep. Do I drink beer? Yeah, once in a while. I like the taste of beer, but not right now. During the 30 days of perfection, I'm not drinking anything sugary. So no, I'm not having any beer or anything like that. But I do like it. But again, it's unnecessary calories, and I'm avoiding any unnecessary calories right now. I'm getting laid while watching your stream. Well, good for you, Rippin. Good for you. That's awesome. Live your best life, brother. New to your stream, you are on some sort of walk journey. Gene, so nope, I'm on 30 days of perfection. So in the next 30 days, I want to get down to basically 210, 205. I was fat. I was 303 pounds. Over a duration, I've lost a bunch of weight. On January 1st, I decided after New Year's that I was going to lock in and I was going to follow a perfect diet, which means I'm going to eat the same thing, the same time of day for 30 days. There's going to be no deviation from the schedule, no deviation from the things I eat. I will eat a protein shake in the morning. I will do 1 cup rice, 1 cup chicken, 1 cup broccoli for the next 2 meals. And then my third meal, I will do 4 whole eggs, 2 egg whites, 1 full cup of non-fat cottage cheese and some kind of fruit. And then I will do 65 minutes of cardio 6 days a week, and I will lift weights 5 days a week. I've already lost 18 pounds in the first 4 days. I'm sorry, 18 pounds in the first 18 days. A lot of it was gut inflammation in the beginning. And so I want to be locked in. I want to get down to 10 to 12% body fat. So that is what we're doing here. And that's why I call it the 30 days of perfection, because to me, that's what perfection looks like. Well, yeah, Monica, I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate that. Guys, we are up to 70 likes. I appreciate that. I always wonder, I'm going to have to have someone take a picture of my back because I can't see my own back. Like, I'm going to have to go back and look at the video because I can't see my own back, obviously, which obviously we all know that. Bro, your lats are like Dorian Yates. That's awesome, man. Bro, you got a chest. Dude, this isn't even chest hair. As some people have seen before, like I'll have a full ball throw out here. Like, I'm actually going to shave my chest when I go upstairs, but like my chest gets ridiculous. Like it gets real. I have to keep it trimmed. Like it's out of control. But guys, if you haven't done so already, keep tapping that screen. Head up, hit that subscribe button. I would truly, truly appreciate that love and support as this channel has grown. I think we're well over almost 250 to 300 new subscribers in the last week alone. We're getting anywhere between 20 to 50 subscribers each time we go live, sometimes more. The videos are catching subscribers, so we are upticking this channel quite a bit. But I focus on positivity and helping support others, and by showing other people what happens when you lock in and you treat your body like a temple and you take care of yourself, you can really start to make a change. Antonio says, nice tits. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I need to follow your steps. I'm 265 pounds. I gained pretty much 100 pounds in 2 years. I'm not depressed. I love myself, but I miss being 100 pounds lighter. Gene, mine was the exact same way. I loved myself. I focused on my business. I ate out tons of fast food. I was drinking tons of sugary stuff. I was usually going with coffee and creamer, and then I'd have an energy drink. Then I'd have another energy drink. I was working from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10, 11 o'clock at night. Most nights, I was working every single Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes I would only have maybe 1 or 2 days off in an entire month. but I had made a surplus of money. I took that surplus of money, I invested it into real estate, and now my business is really taken off. But I sacrificed my body. Well, now my business is doing well. I'm like, dang, I got to get back in shape because I hate how I look. And so since then, I've lost 84 pounds. I've cut out the sugar. I've cut out the fast food. I've cut out the pizza. Like, and I'll just eat what I want. Once I get back to like where I want to be at, like, say, 205, 210, I will go back to, I'll have like one cheat meal a week, or I'll have like one cheat meal every other week, or maybe I'll do a whole cheat day where in the morning I'll have some coffee and creamer, then I'll have like a nice, like, maybe sausage, gravy, and biscuits for lunch or for breakfast, and then take the kids out to lunch for lunch or dinner. Like, get back to that. Like, and I have to find that balance between eating, some stuff that tastes delicious and maintaining like all this hard work I put in. Heather, you just noticed the change? Yep, we completely and redid the channel 100%. My ding dong is red. Well, I'm sorry. You might want to go check to a doctor about that. Maybe you're a dog, bro. Like, dogs are red. Like, maybe get it checked out. Put some lotion on it. Maybe stop touching yourself. What's up, Candy? How you doing today? Okay, I've actually mixed with Captain America. I feel like the chest furrow, like, it's definitely got a little bit of Wolverine in there. Definitely a little bit of Wolverine. All right, guys. If we can get up to 75 likes, I'll give one last flex before we get out of here and head out for the day. So double tap that screen. You need 3 likes to get up to 75. We'll give one last flex and then we're going to get out of here. I got to get upstairs and eat. I've only eaten about 900 calories today, so I am pretty hungry. I got 2 meals left of me. What time is it? It's only 5:18, so we got lots of time left in the day. Need 2 of y'all beautiful folks to hit that like button, and then we'll end it for the day. And then I got a couple more videos I'm going to post later today. So if you guys remember to hit that alert button, you guys will get those alerts on those videos. And definitely like those videos, comment on them, share them with your friends. I would truly appreciate the support. I would love to see this channel blow up and this community can continue spreading positivity. So let's see if we can get those 2 more likes. What's up, Brooke? How you doing today? No, this actually, so it's, funny story real quick, that like this was supposed to be like my whole man cave with sports stuff in here, but my children took it over. So they, you could kind of see, I'll swivel here, like they got all the glow stuff. They got the 70-inch TV for the PlayStation. Like, they ain't struggling. And then like my stuff's here where we have the pool table, the air hockey table, and then you can see all the weight equipment over there. So it's a combination of kid stuff and my stuff. So if nobody likes this, that mean more workouts? Nah, man. Like, eventually the wife will get pissed. So, all right, guys, I'm going to head out. So you guys have an amazing day. We'll give it one last flex here. I mean, bicep looks great here. This over here looks terrible from when it was torn. And here, we definitely got a long ways to go, guys. Like, I probably got like another 15 to 20 pounds. Just probably about another 10 to 15 pounds to drop in here to really start to show the abs and have like that V cut. But we'll get there every single day. Appreciate you guys. You guys all have a great night. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.